her. When he's talking to me, he feels just a little bit distant, so that's why I'm closing my eyes. Because I have other people in the room that are talking a little bit, and I want to make sure I don't miss any of his words. Right, I heard the first part of it. I got to get the second sentence. As he just said to me, tell her to be fearless. Tell her I want her to be fearless. But I also want her to be secure. I want her to enjoy the time that she has. Because I took mine for granted. Okay? Meaning he never expected to go. Meaning his validation that he passed when he was young. Do you understand it? Okay. When you came today, were you hoping just that he would say hi to you? Just so you could have a little more time with him? Because you feel like this is the only really connection you can have with him now because he's been gone so long and you really didn't have a lot of years with him? Okay. Because he just said to me, today was about me just talking to her because she just wanted to be able to have a further connection with me. There's so many other things that I'm excited to say to her. Meaning there's a lot more coming. Okay? Meaning he's just checking in today because of everybody here, because he wanted to make sure that he could just say to her, I see where you are now. I see the things that have happened in the past couple months. That's why he's validating the second tattoo. Do you understand it? Okay. And that he is continuing to guide her and watch over her. But he makes me feel like there's private things that are going to be talked about later on. Do you understand it? But you're coming to me in a couple months, right? Yeah, because I remember that she won a free private with me out of one of my contests on my page. And I know that you're bringing her. Do you understand? Okay, good. Did you know that? Okay, good. Because they're saying to me it's not a secret, so I just wanted to make sure. Perfect. Okay, so every once in a while on my page I'll do like free privates where people can win contests. And she actually did a pairing contest where she won with a friend. So I know that you guys are coming to me, but I know it's like quite a ways way out. It's probably like a year away, okay? So he's saying to me, I didn't want her to go home and be upset because she didn't have a chance to talk to me, but I had to make sure I was checking in, and that's why I had to talk about that second tattoo and some of the things that she's going so she knows that I'm still watching. But I feel like when you're actually with me, it's going to be extremely detailed. There's so much more that he wants to talk to you about, honey, and say. So it's just his way of having you get in the car and be like, okay, I had just a couple minutes with him, and I know that he's still with me and he's guiding me, because he's saying to me there's only so much validation he's going to be able to give her because of the years that they spent together, but there's enough that he'll be able to give as far as the guidance, as far as what's going on in her life. Do you understand it? Okay, so I know when you guys come to me, there will be those personal things leading up to just before the passing, anything you may remember as a child, but he makes me feel like it's personal. Do you understand it? There's things I want to talk to her personally about. There's things I'd like to explain to her. I just want her to trust me when I say that I love you, and that I'm in peace, and that I'm hoping that when we have our time together, I'll be able to spend as much time with you as I can. Meaning older generations are going to step in and give the support. Okay? So instead of just talking to him for a few minutes, you might get like a whole hour or something. Do you understand? Because when I do privates, I allow anyone to step in. So I can have someone that's in his family that's 4 generations past him, that's been gone for like 50 years. They'll step in and they'll give their energy to him. So instead of you getting like 15 or 20 minutes with him, you might get an hour. So that's the way that I work with them as far as the other side, because I want you to be able to have as much time with him as possible. Do you understand? Because he's saying to me, there's a lot she really doesn't know about me. There's stories she's been told, but because she was so young when I passed, she never really got to know me as a person. And I want to have her feel like she knows me as a person so she can have a better understanding. Do you understand that, Mom? Do you understand why he's saying that? Because I feel like he feels like he made some mistakes in his life, but I feel like in his heart he was good. Do you understand it? Okay. So I know that there's things that he wants to talk to her about personally, and he's saying to me, it's about her really being able to know me and understand me. And I want her to know the type of person I am past just the stories that are being told. Do you understand it? And I don't feel like it gets into personal information, like the passing or anything like that. It's nothing about that, okay? It's about just him as a person and him just being able to make a stronger connection with you because you only had those short years. That's why when he very first stepped in, he said, I only had 5 years with her. Because it was his way of validating that there wasn't that strong connection where you're going to know everything that you could have known if you had maybe 15 or 16 years. Do you understand it? Because he's saying to me she's still young, she's under 18. Do you understand? Perfect, good. All right, he's starting to step out. See if I can get anything else out of him. I feel like I need to come to this woman, Wanda. And I'm going to start to move around the room. So I still got to get back to that friend energy trying to come through with Joseph down there. She'll always be my baby girl. I'll always love her with my heart. I didn't always think clearly in my decisions. But my love for her has never stopped and won't. Meaning, he's just saying that he loves you. Okay. Alright, he's pulling his energy out. Sometimes they come through and it's so strong and it's so detailed, and then other times they just come through and all they want to do is just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and that's okay. Because I try to tell people I have zero control over this. I don't control who steps in. I don't control how strong or weak they are. And all I do is pass what they're saying to me in that moment. Sometimes they get so excited about talking to their loved ones where it's just they just want to sit and talk for a little bit. And then other times they're all about me seeing them, knowing exactly how the passing happened and specific dates, and giving the validation so their loved ones are like, okay, that's definitely them. Do you understand it? Yeah. Me, when I connect to him and I come to you, I feel like he just makes me feel like he wants the time that he didn't have with you all these years. He just wants to be able to have a stronger connection with you from the other side, and he just wants a chance to actually spend some time with you and talk. Okay? Okay, I'm going to leave that. So much more I know that he wants.